with soap. I'm Ellen, and today we're not making soap. We are going to make a baby balm. Not a salve, it's a jelly type balm. It is an alternative to a petroleum base like Vaseline, and a lot of baby butt creams have petroleum in them, and I'm not down with that. So today we're going to make a non-petroleum version, and I'm saying baby because this is so simple and gentle, and you could use it as like a diaper cream, or if you're, a scrape, a soothing balm over a scrape. So this is very simple to make, but we're going to kick it up just a notch. You can go really basic on this, but I love my extras. So we're going to infuse I have some organic chamomile flowers. These are from Makesy, and I'm going to make an oil infusion with the liquid oil portion. I'm going to go ahead and bottle this and infuse it. I'll talk you through how I'm going to do that with my chamomile, because chamomile is very soothing. I love it. And then for the fragrance, we're going to use just a little lavender essential oil. Oh, let me turn it. There we go. Lavender essential oil. I got this on Amazon. And if you are an essential oil aficionado and you have a particular brand of essential oil that you're loyal to, any brand that you want will work. But when I'm making a product for little people, babies, very sensitive skin, I try to stay away from fragrances. And I will go really light on the essential oil. So I'll look up the usage rate and go less than that. I just want the essence of the lavender, which is very soothing also for baby. So I've got to get everything pulled together. I need to sanitize my work surface and all the equipment I'm going to be using, including the spoons and all of that when I make lotions, salves, any kind of thing that's not soap. And I have a clean surface for soap too, but I'm extra scrupulous when it comes to making lotions and creams and things like that. So a sanitized work surface is important. The way I do it, I've been asked, I say that and then I get asked, how do you sanitize? Well, I take a warm soapy washcloth and wipe things down, kind of like I'm doing the dishes with my equipment. I wipe the surface down, everything gets washed, rinsed, dried. Then I come in with my 99% rubbing alcohol. I think 70% would be fine too. And I spritz and air dry. So that's how I clean and sanitize my equipment. And if you have another idea out there, please share with all of us so we can all learn together. If you have a more efficient way of sanitizing your work environment, I'd love to hear it. So there's that. Let me get that prepped, and we're going to come back and make some very simple but really good non-petroleum baby balm, baby jelly. I'm not sure what to call it. We'll call it a baby balm, and I wanted to remind you, if you are enjoying the content on my channel and the recipes that I share, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button. All right, before we can make our baby balm, I need to make the infused oils, and so I'm going to go ahead and dump all of my organic chamomile buds in here, and they're just so pretty and earthy. I love it. And then really all you need to do is cover them with oil. So I'm not really going to measure what's going in here. If I have any left over, I'll use it in another formula. But I definitely want to at least cover all these. And then I'm going to put it in my water bath here. I just have a little hot plate, a saucepan with some water, set it in there and turn it down to a simmer and let it sit for several hours. You could even, if you have it on a very low simmer or a crock pot filled with water on low, leave it overnight to a couple of days. You really can't over infuse, but at least an hour at a simmer. I like to do more, and you'll get all the good properties. Your oils will pick up some of the infusion scent, and it just makes a luscious oil. So today I'm going to be infusing my Rice Bran oil, which will be a part of the formulation. So let me go ahead and just pour enough to cover these beautiful buds up. Doesn't have to be a ton, because I'm making a tiny batch of baby balm. Just swirling them around, make sure they're all good and wetted. There they are, and I'm going to throw the lid on here just so I don't get anything, dust or anything flying in here. Set it in my water bath, turn this down to low, and I'm going to walk away. And when it's all done, just strain it through some cheesecloth, and you have a beautifully infused oil that we will use in our formula. All right, we are all set up to make our baby balm. I strained off my chamomile almond oil, and here it is. Look at that. And I think Chamomile Infusion smells like, I don't know, it has like a caramely scent to me. It smells fabulous. I love it. Got everything off to the side. So the first thing that I want to do, this is so simple and easy, but I'm going to pre-measure my beeswax and go set it in my water bath and get it melting a bit because it has such a higher melting point, and I don't necessarily want to bring the other oils that hot. You know, you could just measure it all in here, melt it down, pour it in your container, good to go. But I'm going to go ahead and pre-melt my beeswax a little. So let's start with that. I wish I had some home rendered. I had a girlfriend that had some beehives, and I used to have some home rendered beeswax, which I loved. I ran out, so I had to buy some. We need 12 grams of beeswax. All right, we've got to melt on this. It is going to firm up a little when I add the cool room temperature oils in here, and then we'll just set it back on the water bath. And what I have is it's off camera over there on my work table. It's a hot plate with a saucepan half filled with water, and you set it in there and it melts everything nice and gentle. All right, let's get to our liquid ingredients. We have, this is castor oil, obviously. You could do beeswax and castor oil for a really clear vaseline, non-petroleum version, and that would be great. Castor oil has some fabulous benefits. So you could just do castor oil and beeswax with these ratios if you did all the oil portion in this, and it's a really nice jelly. I like the other oils for their different benefits, but I'm just saying you don't have to use the same oils I'm using. The ratio stays the same of beeswax to oils, but you can play it up as much as you want. Right now I need 73 grams. Let me tear this out. 73 grams of castor oil. I've got this huge jug I've got to try and measure here. Nice and slow pour. All right, and you can see how the beeswax is starting to firm up. It's no big deal. Now I need, this is my chamomile infused almond oil. I need 70 grams of the almond oil in here. And last but not least, I need 70 grams of my Rice Bran oil. All right, and now I'm going to go set this over on my hot plate again in my water bath and let this beeswax remelt a little. It's a full container. And then we'll get back to, I don't want to add my essential oil and my natural vitamin E. I'll add that after this is completely melted. We are back with this luscious cup of goodness. So nice. And I'm going to use a paper stick here. You can find these in the candy making aisle. I think you use these to make lollipop type things in the candy aisle, but they make great stir sticks for lotion bars or this type of formula. Anything with beeswax can be a little tricky to clean, and so I like to use these disposable paper straws. Work perfect because I can just toss this when I'm done, and it's compostable, it's recyclable, all the good stuff. But I have to make sure to tear my scale out when it's in there. All right, let's get to the good stuff here. My Lavender Essential oil. You can, oh, here we go. You can do this by drops. About 20 drops of lavender or 1 gram would be good in here. I'm going very, very light on the lavender. I don't want to overdo it. This is for baby, and so super light is better. And you could leave this unscented. You don't need an essential oil in here at all. But lavender has some beautiful soothing skin benefits as well. And now I got this from Natural Bulk Supplies. It's vitamin E oil. It's lovely. This is an antioxidant. It's great on your skin. This is not a preservative. This doesn't need a preservative. There is no water phase. So this is a preservative-free, all natural, if you will. But I just want to clarify that. Some people think of vitamin E as a preservative, and it is not. But it's an antioxidant, and it will help sustain the shelf life and the beautiful benefits of your oils. It will extend that, I think. It's just good stuff. So 1 gram, or if you're using your dropper, 20 drops. All right, this is a little bit warm to the touch here. So get that really stirred in well. Make sure that vitamin E oil is completely dispersed and the essential oil. This just smells really gentle. So when choosing a jar for a product like this, you're going to be dipping your fingers in. So I wouldn't want a super tall, skinny jar. So something you can get to the bottom with your fingers easy. This is a tiny little, I guess it's a half pint or even smaller mason jar. And these would make wonderful little scoopable. You can get your fingers down in the bottom when you want to scoop this out. So that is a great jar. I think these are fabulous. This is a little tin that I put my lotion bars in, but it would be perfect for this to pour straight in here because it's easy to get to. Because this doesn't have a water phase, I'm not worried about the metal rusting. So this is great. I'll probably fill that up. This is a little 2-ounce jar from Amazon, super basic, but again, you can get your finger in there. Really cute, and it's got a nice straight size, so this would be easier to label. And then these, I love these. These are just over 1-ounce jars, and they have a nice, thick double wall on them, beautiful bamboo top, and so for traveling, this would be perfect. I love these little jars also. Lots of jar options, so now I just have to make my selection. I think I'm going to fill this mason jar for my daughter because she doesn't need a fancy label, but you could fit a 2-inch label on here or there very easily. I'll do that, and I might end up doing all of them. Let's see how far we get. I'll do the tin also. Let's see if we have more left after that, and we'll go from there. This is kind of warm after coming off of the water bath. It's a little bit warm, but that's all right. And now we just need to let these cool completely before you put the lids on. We don't want any condensation building up. And then we will come back and I will show you a product demo and how I'm going to label these. All right, we are back. They are fully cooled off and you can see it's kind of clear. It looks like Vaseline, and that's what we're going for. A word of caution here. I just want to say this was very hot when I poured it, like my hand, it was really hot. And look what happened to the jar. Oh my. So this will be for me, and the jar went kind of melty. This is a plastic jar. This is glass. This is tin. No big deal there, but there's a word to the wise if you're using a plastic container. And these little guys are glass also, so they would have been fine. I didn't use them, but there it is. Luckily, the threads on the lid fit just fine, but yeah, that was unexpected. So somewhat of a fail, but luckily this is for me. Before I get to sampling this, let me show you the labels I printed. First of all, here are the labels I'm using. They are 2-inch circles. This is the number of them. They are from here, Online Labels. I'm not affiliated with them. I buy these retail price on my own. Sometimes I'll get a coupon from them, but I'm using 2-inch round labels in the craft paper. And I use their label designer. When you buy labels from them, you can use their designer platform for free. So here are my labels. So I have me on here. What is this? This is a gentle lavender baby balm. And then something a little special here about it. What did I write? I said all natural and soothing. So that's what this is made for. And then I have the ingredients in descending order here. So that's what's on my label. And let's go ahead and lid this one up. I'll do a sample out of my little wonky bottle that went melty on me. My goodness, that surprised me a lot. So, and I just got these. I think these are like Pioneer Woman from Walmart, little mason jar lids. You can get them on Amazon, pretty jar lids if you want something fancy, but I think the mason jars are great. And you can see it's, you know, it's got that slightly opaque but Vaseline looking. So let me get a little label on here. Now I will say if you were going to make this to sell, you should put the weight of your product. But because each of these is a different weight, I did not, and I'm not selling these, so I'm not worried about that. But if you are selling retail, you should have the weight of your product in ounces and grams. Let me get that on there. Hate to cover up those pretty flowers, but I think that looks great. Look at that. Oh, so nice. All right, the same with this one. We'll get the label on here. I love these little tins for lotion bars, beard balm, this salve, if you're making a healing salve, baby balm, they are a handy size. This is a 2-ounce tin also, if I forgot to mention that. And I think that my little 2-inch label is going to fit on the top of this 2-inch jar. Let's try it and see. Again, this one is for me, so if it's a really tight fit, it's going to be okay, but look at that. It just barely, it fits on there. All right, cute. There it is. Now, let's get the lid off here and give this a try. I think this would be great if they got a bug bite that needed a little soothing, or a scratch, or an adult. It doesn't have to be a baby. Anything that you would use Vaseline for, I would use this for. All right, I did want to mention a lot of baby bum paste or bum creams have this ingredient in them. And you could add that in here and make it like, specifically for a little diaper rash cream. So just mentioning that, I got that on Amazon. But here we go. I'm going to use my little spoon. Typically, you could just dive your fingers in, but let's see what the consistency here is. Oh, beautiful. It's soft, but it's very firm. Really nice. It's hard to see because it's clear. There it is. So it's nice and firm, but it's easily pliable. I would put this on my lips too, by the way. So you can see it's kind of like that. It's not too stiff. So if baby had a diaper rash or a sensitive scrape, you don't have to like rub it in there. It's very smooth. Look at that, just beautiful. Now see that shine? Think Vaseline. This is not going to be your shine-proof soak-in lotion. This is a highly emollient, highly moisturizing oil with a little beeswax to give it some texture. That's all this is. So yeah, this is oily. If you wanted to slug your face, if you know what slugging is, you're in the know. If you use a retinol or any sort of serums or vitamin C or something around your eyes, and then you put this over your skincare routine, I'm going to use this around my eyes at night after I get done with my moisturizing and all the things. And this actually does soak in, by the way. But if you put this on over, it seals in because of the oils in there. It seals in all your skin treatments and you will get a powerhouse. It's wonderful. This feels so good. I'm going to use this on my cuticles. Like I said, I'm going to use it around my eyes. I'm going to give it to my daughter for baby diaper issues, all of that. This actually feels wonderful. So it did soak in. It's a little shiny. It's a little oily. I wouldn't call it oily though, honestly. It just feels great. So this is a fabulous non-petroleum. Use it for whatever you would use Vaseline for. I think this would apply for that. And the lavender has a very gentle smell to it. And with the chamomile buds in there, this is so soothing. And I think just skin loving ingredients in here. So I hope you give this recipe a try. And if you tweak it up and do something different, I'd love to hear what you're doing with this recipe, how you're kind of making it your own. And if you use different oils and things, I would love to hear about it. So I hope you give it a try, and I hope you have a wonderful day.